Hello and welcome again to another fly edition of Real Talk with Carl and Charlene. And yes, we are back in the house again, beginning this lovely Tuesday. Can you guys know that this is the last day in August of 2021? There will never be any more days in August after today. This year has truly flown by, but we got a great show for you today. We got someone that's coming to our show today that is doing some miraculous things, and not only are they miraculous, but at a young age that she's starting this. I don't think I had the same mindset as this young lady has that at the time that I was her age, and she's blowing it out the water. But as always, I can't do this by myself. I got my lovely co-host, but I also want to tell you guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for checking in. Thank you guys for watching the replay. I've seen comments. I went back and I've touched on them. I've addressed them. Those guys that had kind of like options and topics that you want to talk about. We're going to be bringing those things up for you, and we appreciate your support. We appreciate your love. So for everybody who's checking in, let us know if you hashtag live or hashtag replay. Also, drop in the comments where you're tuning in from. This is a global show, and Real Talk is going across the real globe. So without any further ado, I want to bring my wonderful co-host to the stage, the fabulous Charlene Brown. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning. It's Tuesday
That's it.
already. The end of
Tuesday.
August already. I'm like, what? Yeah.
Yes, the end of August coming up. You guys know, and my birthday. Appreciate everyone. I ain't said before. Someone says we appreciate everybody who gave me birthday wishes. Had a wonderful, lovely weekend. Enjoyed myself. It's truly a blessing to be a year older. But it's back to the grind now, guys. We got real talk for you guys. We got a lovely lady coming to the stage. Who we got today, Charlie?
We've got Kamakshi, and
Come
she
on.
is amazing. She is about
Yes.
to set it off on us to let us know how to really get started. She's launching some amazing projects. So let's bring her on so she can help speak for herself. What's going on?
What's
Hello,
up, Kamachi?
everyone.
How are you? How are you? Now you
I'm
guys
doing
see
great.
that Kamachi got her mask on. She's practicing her social distance, her CDC guidelines. Tell us where you are, Kamachi. Let us know
I'm
where you are.
currently, as of like the exact location, I'm at my college, NC Central University. But other than that, I'm in North Carolina. So, like, as of the state wise. But yeah. And yeah, I'm excited for today because a lot of things are going to be spilled today. The tea is going to be spilled today.
Well,
So,
this
yeah.
All
is real.
right.
This is real talk. So this is where it happened. This is where it happened. Like we live it in Oprah. Just don't tell her about it. But this is where the things are dropping, right? We got real talk. So Kamashi, I know we talked about a little bit, and we want you to dive right in because I know our time is limited. We talk about your entrepreneurship, and I know I've had you on my show. I've addressed your I'm not going to say their name. I'm going to let you say it. I've addressed your organization that you started, your nonprofit. What a lovely group of people they were that I talked to on the Zoom with those guys. And telling people really what are you doing and how did you get started with this concept that you got?
So, firstly, to say what it is, it's basically titled as Universal Vidya. It actually has a meaning. Universal means worldwide, while Vidya in Sanskrit means correct knowledge in any field of science, anything basically. So, we want to provide the correct knowledge as an educational nonprofit to a worldwide audience. So, that sums up what we do with the title itself of our nonprofit. But I to go back into why I did this and how it started. I started this because at the end of the day, anything you do is done because of the experiences you had in past. And I had experiences in past where I felt that you need something like this. And when I mean that basically, I feel that students, especially middle schoolers, high schoolers, and college students, need some skills and knowledge that they need to pave their path into the world, basically their adulthood. And those are necessary Because people always say you're never too old to learn. I truly believe you're never too young to start. So I
Mm,
feel like they need to get this knowledge when they're young, so when they're old enough to make their decisions as simple as what university to go, what career they want to do, what major they want to do. It's all stuff they need to go through, and a lot of people have problems and issues in college where they have to change from a STEM major to arts major and just mess up their schedule and everything because of all the conflicts. So I feel like having this nonprofit and providing that information to them when they're young, they can make the decision when they're young and plan through it to be ready for the future. So I try to give what I can through my nonprofit with my team, an amazing team. It's not easy and just done with just me. So I'm happy to represent my organization here today, and I'm glad
love
to
it.
talk.
Love
Yeah.
it. And what really, I guess, what would be a tip or some type of a strategy you can help other, especially young entrepreneurs, really go forward with those dreams that even though they may feel like they're big goals, how would you help them really get that going? Because to start a nonprofit isn't easy. So how would you help motivate them to get that going?
I did say it's never too young to start, but also there is a legal term that you can't do some like stuff until you're 18. So
Right.
how that's what I did. At least you can plan out and do activities you have in your hand. For example, if you're a middle schooler or if you're young, I mean like very young, you have passion towards something like this of starting an entrepreneurship and you're ready for it, there's two options. One, you could have your parents be the founder or like the main advisor and you run it yourself because there's a law that you can't start until you're old enough. So with that type of thing, this is how you do it. Or you just use your opportunities you currently have and start your own nonprofit and when you are ready at like 18. So that's what I did. What I did was I used my resources like volunteering, experiences I went through from internships and everything, while planning for my own nonprofit. I
Right.
started when I was in sophomore year of high school, started planning for Universal Vidya, and I went all my high school time, 3 years, planning for it. And I started it officially this year once I turned 18. I think, yeah. So, so like, there's nothing wrong with taking time. Or if you want to do it and you're really ready, just get advice. There's nothing wrong with asking help. So, if you want to be an entrepreneur and you're young, just know there's two options and make your decision wisely. So that's my insight.
Great insight.
Now, with you starting in entrepreneurship and doing that, and I mean, it's just every time I know your story. I've heard it like on many channels. You told it to me. We talked those zooms, and this is not new listening to me. But I'm telling you, every time that I hear you talk about it, it's just draws more. I mean, just power and awe from me because we have adults that have not even thought through maybe just buying a home or those kind of things. I mean, at an early age, you've already thought about establishing something that will help others. I mean, that will your dedication to knowledge. Who was your inspiration for kind of like saying, you know what, I'm gonna take this on. I don't think there's enough going on for young
Mhm.
people. I'm gonna be one of the ones that provide this for young people.
It's for me. It's when it comes to the word inspiration. It's not who. It is what's my inspiration, and my inspiration is my experiences. And
Okay.
that's what lead me into making the decisions of doing something great. And moreover, I'm not doing this for anything because after all, my nonprofit provides stuff. Everything we provide is for free, and I'm putting in all money like in to get these stuff done. So I'm not getting anything in return, and I'm still doing it. And why am I doing this is not because just to get the name or get money or whatever, because obviously I don't. But the point here is it's everybody's responsibility in this society to do what they can and do the community service and stuff like this. And I felt I have the knowledge and to do my community service in a high level as forming a whole organization. So I felt like I've always said to people, it's everybody's responsibility. It's not something you just do when you have free time to volunteer. It's actually all of our responsibility to take care of our society. So I feel like as being a responsible citizen of not United States, not India, not anything, I'm a citizen of this universe, if that makes sense. So all of us are citizens of this universe, and we have the responsibility to give back, which is what I did with Universal Vidya. And going back to your question of inspiration, my inspiration is just basically, I've always thought when I was a kid, seeing many people changing their majors and careers, and even people that have got pressure by getting into STEM careers or anything and everything, because of force and stress that caused them from whoever, family members or anyone. So I felt getting this knowledge when they're young, they'll be knowing what they are and get confidence to talk to their parents or family members to make their decisions when they're old enough. And I felt this is important for the society, so I'm doing this just to give back, I guess, if that makes sense.
It
That
does.
makes
It
a lot of
does.
sense. A lot of sense.
Because somebody near you is busting some great music, but I'm just like,
Well,
okay.
uh, yeah.
Somebody.
But I did want to ask you. So as you are going forward and you're pushing your initiative forward, how can we as a community help support you?
There's a lot of ways. Thanks for asking that. And ways that people can connect with me and help me is one, we haven't like formed it yet, but we're working on doing a donation type of thing where people can donate because we do activities that require money. And so far, any activities or anything I've been doing or Universal Vidya has been doing, we're using our free resources, and the other things that require money is going on me. So I put out the money for my team. So I guess donations are something that we're working on, which people can send in donations. And other than that, if you want to do something on a side other than your personal job, you could always join our team because we do have a small team. And we really want to get this out to the worldwide audience. So, because everybody needs what we're trying to give. So, so you could always join my team, support us, just watch us, be the audience. We always appreciate if we get team because we need team, but we also need audience. So, just being participating and joining all our activities is also a huge help. So, that's what we do.
Yes, make sure that you send everything that you have to myself or either Charlene, and we're gonna definitely make sure that we post that out. Anything that you have, definitely send it to us because I do think what you're doing is universal. I don't think that it's no one person's job. And all of our kids are in this. All of us have come up as kids. All of us have been missing things in our life. We've been missing spots and places that are offering some of the things you are. I know when I was coming up, they had the Boys and Girls Club, and that was kind of like the things that you went to. That kind of stuff is fading out. Even the YMCA used to be a place where you can kind of go after school and kind of get some of that kind of teaching from mentors and things of that. But we're slowly losing these kinds of places, and our kids are being taught and educated by like TikTok and Twitter and Facebook, and they're not getting this interaction that you're offering. What are some of the things that you do besides just on the educational point of what you do? What are some of the things that you offer to those who either want to join or those that are seeking to help out in ways of helping you get the message out?
So, as for like providing as an organization, we do workshops. We currently stopped for from like a few weeks ago to until next month because my whole team consists of students that have just started college or high school. So we want to like work with our team. So as for that, we will start workshops soon. So one of the workshop did include Carl, so he knows what I'm talking about. So the workshops consist of having people join, or more of like a professional in some type of subject. So if there's someone that's professional in entrepreneurship. We're going to bring them on and have just kind of like a workshop, meaning an interview plus talking discussion with them, and we'll upload them. It's live where we just talk and then have some audience, and there's also an option to put it back on online on YouTube where people can view it. So the reason we did workshops is because this is the part of thing we talked about, career exploration. They'll get to know what each type of person, and like when those guests come on our workshop, they get an idea of each guest education experience to make sure their education experience is like they're making their path in the right way with the advice from them. So that's how workshops go, and you can join them for advice or support them on by just viewing them on YouTube or joining in live. Other than that, we're working on making YouTube videos on various topics, like informational videos, which we'll post on our on YouTube. And other than that, we're working on programs where we can have all schools have this as a chapter, so like a club. Usually schools have clubs. So a chapter type of program where they can recreate the whole program, and they just have to give that to their school and get approval to make Universal Vidya as a club in their organization and or their school or institution. So we're working on that program, and we're doing other types of activities and programs to better provide the support to everyone with their main idea of giving back knowledge. Because I've always felt we could take back money, we could take back any property or anything, but the one that stays until our death is our knowledge, and that's the only thing I personally own. None of these I own other than my knowledge, so I feel the best thing to give back is my knowledge. So that's what we
All
do
right.
at Universal Vidya.
I like that. And I like that idea about clubs and universities because, as you guys know, I'm in school and like some of these clubs, like I'm a senator of a club and I'm a treasurer of another club. They're both law and justice clubs. But I hear some of these clubs when I go to these senator meetings and I'm like, that's a club? Like, what? I know you have to be well rounded in there's things though, so I don't want to disrespect anybody's club. But I definitely feel that a club like Universal Video can definitely grow, especially on college campuses where kids are really active and they're looking for something to join in. So that's definitely something that I look forward to in the future. And those workshops are great. Yes, I did one. I think we talked about law and those things. And I know you're an aspiring lawyer as well. So that was great to have. That was great to have.
And I like the idea of having a club that can expose the students to other ideas other than what they're used to having. So that's a great
Mhm.
job on that. Good job on that.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. So where can we find you at? We know your time is limited, but we want to make sure that we get the information out to find you. I know you touch bases on that with the workshops and those kind of go to if you go, I'll give you guys a little bit of advice. If you go to her and connect with her on that LinkedIn in her about section, she got every single piece of information that you want to know about Universal Video. I love that name too because it kind of like roll off your tongue. Universal Video. So she got the Facebook, she got the LinkedIn, she got the Instagram, she got the Twitter, she got the YouTube. I mean, she got it all under there. She got the link tree. Like all you had to go to her about page, connect with her, find out what she's doing. What are some of the things you got coming up? Get us excited.
Well, that's pretty much sums up how to connect with me. I will send them again with both of them so they could put it on the comment section or something where you can find it. But as for what's coming up, I am working on a podcast series with a friend that we haven't launched it. So it's exciting that we're working on it. We're still working on it, but so that's something that's coming up. I've been doing obviously Universal Vidya, the new podcasting, and college has been exciting. I'm just in all these things, and it's just been 2 weeks. And you know me, I can't stay without being busy. So I just get involved in a lot as much as I can as a commuter student because I have to get back home and go back to college every day. So I try to make my time as busy as I can at the same time having good balance, because work-life balance is important, which I I can say I don't have that, but I'm working on it, because I would be lying if we are all perfect, having a perfect work-life balance. So
Nice.
we're all working on it, and I'm just excited for everything that's coming up.
Yeah, that's good
Yes,
stuff.
and
That's
we're
good.
excited for you because I'm really really excited when new up and coming students into adulthood. You guys are just killing it, and I love to see when you guys are really putting forth not just to say you're doing a business or you're opening something up, but you're actually putting meaning behind it, and that can never be really said for a lot of these businesses out here. People are just business just to make money or just to say they have a business, but you actually put meaning behind it. You put some thought into it. So I am just super excited to see it grow.
Thank you. And I just want to, like, for those that might not know this, but there's two different things with business. There's entrepreneurship and complete business. Business means for profit, entrepreneurship means for profit or not for profit. So with entrepreneurship, you have the option. With business, you don't.
Yeah.
So that's why it's titled as entrepreneur and entrepreneurship, because I'm doing something that's not for profit. So still counts as entrepreneurship.
And that's an important distinction as well that we know, as I know already with the laws and the corporate taxes, all those kind of things. The entrepreneur and doing those nonprofits have their own criteria, and that's important to know. Not only from the standpoint of that, but it's even more important to know that there's no agenda with this, but the pure agenda you have to pass along what you've already said that you own, which is your knowledge. And someone as knowledgeable as you continually to soak up knowledge and continue to learn, and it's just an inspiration to old people like me. So it's
Yeah,
an
it's like
inspiration.
Carl, like Carl.
It is an inspiration it's an inspiration though, and it really feels good to see that the future is in good hands. We have so I mean all the time, the young people, they get a bad rap, about this and video games and all kind of things that the older generation wants to put on them. But I can say, especially with the things that have went on this past couple of years with the marches and the different climates that we went through, the young people have really stepped up to the plate in a lot of areas. With representation for what this world needs to look like going forward. And I'm really proud of the things that you're doing and the foundation that you're laying. Because even at your young age, that you're laying that, it's not even about age anymore. It's what you really have the mind to do, and this is what you're showing. You don't have to wait till you're 18, or not have to wait till I'm 21, or I'm legal, or all of those kind of monikers that we used to use. But now, if you have the mindset and you have the will, you know what I mean, and you're drawing from the resources which are what you're using, things can get done, and we have people that want to do them. And I'm just amazed at your journey, and I can't wait to see. I'm gonna tell everybody because I'm that type of guy. And be like, I knew Kamakshi when like she was like commuting from school, like she wasn't big, like she wasn't no big baller, nothing like that. I knew her when. See, so when you blow up, you gotta bring me along for the ride, okay?
For sure. And thanks for pointing out about the youth thing and young people, because I'm also have been a huge advocate with that, because a lot of people think, especially older generations, think the young people don't have experience or knowledge, so we can't listen to them, or they don't do nothing good. They just be doing something stupid because they're youth and do bad stuff. But there's a lot of, especially like you said, COVID, a lot of young entrepreneurs have formed within past 5 years. And not only now, because there's like so many entrepreneurs within just like my school, my college. I have friends that are entrepreneurs, and it's just incredible seeing that all of us are getting together and doing this, and proving the older generations wrong. Not to say like something as a negative way on their end, but just telling them and proving them that we're not just those bad guys. We do have a purpose, and we are trying to make a change in the society. So thanks for putting that out there.
Yeah, because
Absolutely.
I always believe that both sides can learn from each other. It's just the fact that we need to actually listen, and we
Yeah.
need to do some active listening, because a lot of times people listen to respond or listen to shut you down, but you have to really do active listening to really understand where each other is coming from and where can we step in to support each other.
Yeah, and that's it. And I'm with you on that 100% because I'm about the youth. I'm about the direction of. I mean, I pour into, I mentor. I mean, it's the experiences that we have that
Hmm.
we should bridge the gap with the youth that are innovative and making our future. And when you miss this or you shut that out as being an older one who just count on your experience, I'm telling you, I can't do a lot of this electronical stuff if I don't have my younger children helping me to understand that this goes here and that goes there. And not only that, my younger co-host helps me out that this plugs in there and this plugs in. So if we're not listening, active listening, because I don't even go with the shutdown. I be like, where it goes where? Because I mean, we just had problems this morning, and I'm trying to figure it out. So these are the kind of things that we have to realize, and this is what maturity comes in, because you got a lot of older people that are not mature, and they're just saying these things just rolling off their tongue. But the maturity checks in when you say, okay, I got a young person here that can kind of guide me. So how about me pour a little bit of my knowledge into what they're doing, and let's see where that could go instead of
Well,
shutting it
Yeah.
out.
thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
I just have one last thing before I go
All
to
right, go
say
Yes.
ahead.
that um, it's like he said, it's never not wrong to be a continuous learner and accepting help, because we're no one's perfect here. So I really love to say that I'm not perfect and I need help, because I get help from Carl, from all my mentors, and I have more than one mentor. And that's an advice. You can have 1,000 mentors, because you getting 1,000 people's advice, you can make perfect so you like your results. So just having to like accept your flaws is very important, and that's the main part of maturity, I guess.
Very true.
Absolutely,
Very true.
absolutely.
So, as you guys can see, her LinkedIn is posted. Please connect with her. She's doing amazing things. Support, donate, and especially if you have some guidance, give up the guidance, because, as she said, knowledge is what really helps us grow and push forward. And that's what we truly, truly own. And as a creative, I totally resonate with that, because people can steal your ideas all day, but it's you who actually initiated, you birthed it, and you're the one who can really see the vision come to life. So thank you so much for being a part of the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Kamashi. Now go get those A's and A pluses.
Yes. Have a good one.
You
Have a good
too.
one. That
So
was great.
Carl and I, we're gonna finish out the show. We're still here for what? Another 15 minutes, Carl? What you got? What you got going?
Yes, yes, we're here for another 15 minutes. We just thank Kamashi for stopping by. This is to let you know that if you want, I think Charlene put in the application. If you want to be featured, just apply today. We have no respect of persons. We're just putting on people that are up leveling and leveling up themselves. And it was
Mhm.
an honor to get her on. And she took some time from class in between classes and gave us a talk and it actually gave us some knowledge, man. She spit some stuff out there. I mean, I've read over her thing and I've been done her workshop, and it's some amazing kids. The questions that they asked me, because at the workshop you get to talk a little, and after that they have a question and answer session. Oh my God, they made me put my thinking cap on. They wasn't asking me that little simple stuff like who inspired you, like how you do that. They made me feel bad about the questions I asked. They start going all in deep of what made you think about this intellectual. So I was like, whoa, whoa, my head started. But yeah, this is what our youth is, guys. Everybody that's young, or it's not somewhere hanging around, not doing what they're supposed to be doing. We have a lot of young people that are really, really pushing that bar up high, and they're pushing the envelope to being great and doing great. And I'm just amazed at some of the things that she's doing.
Yes, and I just wanted to give some shouts, of course, to the viewers.
Yes.
You guys help make these shows amazing. Your feedback, your responses, the fact that you showed up makes us keep doing it, because that's why we're here
Yes.
to expose each other to the communities that we have been growing and building, not just on LinkedIn, but of course YouTube, Facebook, anywhere else that we know we are trying to really connect with people, because this pandemic has really shown us that connection is what really keeps you going, keeps you motivated. Other than that, so many people have been through depression, they felt alone. So why do that if we are sitting out here connecting, sending connection requests, and let's use these actual connections to build each other up.
Definitely. Let's reach out to these people. We got a lot of things going back. I know in the Eastern region, we got kids that are returning back to school. We got parents that are a little leery about sending their children back into these atmospheres. We got COVID. I mean, we got so many things that's dragging on us on that day to day life kind of thing. So, getting these connections, get with some people, talk to somebody, talk about these things, express your feelings with these things. This is some of the things that the pandemic has really taught us, how we can get into these corners of different places and talk to people and kind of let some of that feeling out, let some of that take an exhale. I get on here with Charlene, and it's like, I enjoy the fun, I enjoy the camaraderie, I enjoy the chemistry we have. But a lot of times I get on here and it's just a I get to exhale because there's so many cares of life that we're dealing with on the outside. And sometimes this little
Mhm.
hour or that little hour Zoom that you have with individual connection or that little talk that you have, it brings some solace and some gratitude to your life. And this is why we came up with Real Talk, because it's just what it is. It's real talk. We want to level you up. We want you to be business savvy. We want you to have goodness in life, but it's just real talk because we're real people. You know what I mean?
Yes, and one of our future guests, real future, she is the bomb. I cannot wait for her episode because it's about branding. And of course, people, you throw that term around. Carl and I've been back and forth on that many a
Yes.
times as we worked
Yes.
on his website, because branding has taken such a bad turn, like most
Oh my
things that
God.
we've done in business, where people just assume you got a logo, you got some colors, let's go. No, there's like no thought behind it. There's no real personal connection to most of these brands in these streets. That's why they looking crazy on Instagram. They just posting randomly. And if you don't want to do that, especially when it comes to your website, if you don't want your website to be random, you want to make sure that you're actually putting thought behind it, just like how Kamashi put thought behind her nonprofit. Then it's easy for you to build after that. Once you start with a strong foundation, everything around that will be amazing and really truly built with intention. And I cannot wait for that conversation with Phyllis. And of course, Scott, thank you so much. You are always here. You're always
Scott.
showing
We
up.
got to get Scott on as well. We definitely got to get
Regina,
him on.
yes, Regina,
Yes.
Rob, Shalini, thank you so much. You guys are always here rocking and supporting. We so appreciate you. And like I said, without you guys really pushing us forward, it's like, what? We're pretty much talking to ourselves, and we do that anyway. So,
Yeah, I mean, we do that anyway. We appreciate you coming in, but we gonna have real talk with Carl and Charlene. If it's just Carl and Charlene, we gonna have real talk. So that's how we do. But we love the fact that you guys come through. We're still looking for you guys to drop topics here. And it's no topic too taboo. It's nothing that we won't
yeah.
touch and we won't try to get some answers to, and we'll delve into it because I love doing the research. So if it's something that you want to, maybe you feeling like this is not heard, or maybe you want someone else to be your vocal contact for that, we can do that. That's what this show provides. Drop it in the chat, drop it in the comment, DM one of us. It doesn't have to be on the outward level. We'll cover it as a conversational piece on the show, and we don't have to divulge names or all of that kind of things. If it's something that you want to just talk about, and everybody is just not like, okay, yeah, yeah, this is mine, I own it. Some people feel certain ways about having their names and stuff out there. Hey, I don't have any problem with it because I'll be the mouthpiece for the people. Mouthpiece for the people. No justice, no peace.
Put your little fist up.
Put your little fist out. I got to make sure I'm in the camera. Put your little fist out. Yeah, so we will be touching on some time. We got some amazing guests coming in. for the rest of the month of September. We got some amazing guests in there.
Because we're
Just
booked, we're booking into November, if I'm not
yes,
mistaken,
we're
which
into
is like
November,
crazy.
guys, and we just started the show, guys. Well, we've been maybe a month now, a little bit over a month. Like, and we just like, and we had to add with you guys coming. We had to add additional days. So now we're on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. We got some more coming in. We got a few people that have told me that they waiting to get on. They trying to clear their schedule to get on our show. No, we not celebs, yo. We just CNC. You know what I mean, Carl and Charlene. We not celebs, but what we are is just real people doing real talk with real solutions, and we handing out real game. Yeah, we good. Yeah, we handing out game. Don't let it be said that we not. We handing out game, and we putting people up on the things that we have to offer. You talking about that branding, and that thing is so personal to me. It's like beforehand, like you really cared about what people thought about you to some extent. But when you go into the business realm and you go into that kind of realm, entrepreneurship, owning your own, like that is so important. And then I start looking at other people like Apple and Coke. Of course, we might take some time to get to those levels, but you see how the work was put in with those companies to become what they are. And we can't just, bring it. I'm trying to shake that mentality of I worked for corporate 25 years. I'm just gonna bring this along with me. No, I'm shaking that off. I'm changing my narrative. I started my business because of what was not happening in corporate. And when now I'm in my business, I have to make sure that I stay true to that because a lot of times we'll fall right back into that rut of doing what we started a business not to do. So we want to make sure that
Talk
this is
about
another
it.
reason. Yes, this is
Talk
another
about
reason
it.
because sometimes we can come with that mentality or that mindset. This is how I did on this job for 25 years. So, and then the funny thing about it, it'll slip in. You'll be fighting tooth and nail with your mouth, saying that ain't what you want to do, and somebody see you from the rear view looking in and be like, "Yo, man, that's the same way you used to be at your corporation." You got to watch it. You got to watch it. And you got to have those people beside you, Charlene, others that you have in your community that say, yo, man, you sliding a little bit toward the left or you sliding a little bit toward the right to keep you on point. It's all what we're here to do. It's all done in love. I'm not trying to embarrass nobody. Don't want you to be hurt, but I want you to progress and I want you to be successful. And I think that's pretty much what we're here for. Ain't that right, Charlene?
And that's part of the realities of having an entrepreneurship is
Mm-hmm.
that you want to build with people who are not going to be your yes men or women. You don't want
Mm-hmm.
people who just co-sign your BS. You want them to tell you like, look, you need to do better. You need to do this, this, and this. And then you want to also feel comfortable to ask for help. You don't want anybody shaming you. You don't want anybody making you feel like you're a burden. So you want people who can be in your corner, who can support you. And if they know that, okay, look, I don't know the people or I don't have the connections you need, but I know someone else who can get you what you need. Those are the connections that we are striving for when we are telling you that we are connecting each other with our communities. We want to commingle our communities for a reason, not because one community is weaker than the other, but if you can't do something for someone else, maybe someone in your community can. So why keep them a secret? Why keep them in your back pocket when they can be helping others? And then you might in turn help your community achieve their own goals, because maybe somebody in your community wants to help 1,000 people, but you don't know that. So until you can actually open them up and let them talk to others, see who else is around, then you can start to really allow others to strive in their own purpose and be their own superheroes, if I could even use that term, because we always say, you want to be in your zone of genius, then allow your community to do that.
Yes, because they are important. Networking has taken on a whole new level of understanding. Before networking used to be just, we get together to see what job you have, to see what job I have, to see if we know somebody. Like networking now is elevating people to new heights. Like when you're getting
Mhm.
into these communities, and if you're, and I can only use it in this term, taking advantage of what's offered. A lot of times we get into these places, people give us this information, people open up and expose these areas to us, and we kind of like sit tight. I'm gonna tell you from firsthand experience, everything that everybody has kind of told me, if I ain't jump head in, I researched, found out about, get something out of it. I mean, I'm not taking it for granted that I have all these people on my network and I'm not grabbing anything from them. It's like having a phone book and you never call nobody. I mean, what you got everybody's phone number for? You know, you got everybody
Man,
in your
talk
phone,
about
and
it.
you ain't down nobody. Then you might as well not have a phone. Go back to
Or
the
you want to
page.
dust off the numbers when you're in trouble, you know.
Oh yeah, oh we good for that. Let me call. I know she can do. No, see,
Because
you got to
then your
cultivate.
network gets hip to it, and they're like, "Wait a minute,
Yes.
you only now I realize you only dial my number when you in trouble."
Yeah,
Like, no, I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
have bail money. I can't help you out today. Like,
Yeah, and you will notice that you will not get answered. Not get answered. That's one thing I can say to my community. I think I posted a couple days ago on my birthday. I was just sitting here working on my, and I got a call, and I'm like, who is this? I didn't know the call at first because the number didn't seem familiar to me. And it popped up on the screen, and I think I posted this guy's in my network. Brian, I gotta shoot him out. Brian Shulman, Nancy, Deborah, Barrows. They sang happy birthday to me. You know what they are? I'm in New Jersey. They're in California. They called and sang happy birthday to me. Not because I'm special, not because I do so much, but they're in my network and I cultivated our relationship. So these are the kind of things that people, when they know that you are real and what you're doing, they will
mhm.
reach out to you. They will do things for you, and it will come unexpectedly. And it was a joy to me. I almost got a tearjerker, like because I'm waiting for the family to tell me happy birthday. I had some cousins ain't reach out to me. Yeah, I hope y'all watching.
I
They
told you
didn't.
about that salt mine you over there building.
I hope y'all watching because some of y'all didn't reach out to tell me happy birthday. That's okay. We still
Carl
blood and
Salt
family.
Watkins, call Paige and Carl Salt.
Look, but anyway, I love y'all just the same. We family, we blood. You got those kin folks
Yeah.
that you can't count on all the time. Yeah, and I'm no different. But I'm just saying that in essence of your network is your net worth. When you get into
Mhm.
that and delve into that and make those connections and do more than just a like or a love or celebrate on these platforms, people will show you that love when you least expect it, and it's also when you really need it. They'll be there for you. They won't
Yeah.
hit the decline on the iPhone.
Or you don't also want to be the opposite, or on the other spectrum where you're only there for the good time. So when your
Damn.
network is like, "Yo, we really need you," like, "Oh,"
Yeah,
or
I think I'm
you
moving.
like, I'm breaking up my phone. I can't see you. My connection's bad." Like, nah. For good, for bad, just be there. It's about being active in the community. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Charlene, what do you got going on? Because I know you got some stuff going on. I'm
Yes,
glad
I
everything
do.
is happening.
Because as you know, the podcast is popping. I dropped
Popping.
another episode. I'm on a roll. I'm like,
Oh
yeah.
wow, that's what I'm
So
talking
I
about.
dropped episode number 7 today. It's about
Okay.
DIY versus hiring a pro. So catch that episode. The episodes are never long. They're never super long. The longest I have is about 43 minutes. So, and that was about WordPress.com and .org to tell you the difference of two words of WordPress. But yeah, today's episode is all about, do you hire a pro or do you do it on your own? And if you're going to do it on your own, you might as well do it right. So,
Yes. Or if you don't know
yeah,
what you're
so
doing,
it's all about hearing directly from a website architect who's also a full stack web developer. And what is that? I do development and I do design. I have sat myself down to learn branding, to learn marketing. But do I say these are the only things I do? No, but these are things that I know how to do. That's why I am good at what I do overall. But to, streamline things, I do work with others that can really dig deep with you. But that's what I'm about. I'm about going in deep, making sure that you are not haphazardly doing what you're doing now, like your DIYs now that look like your cousin's 2-year-old just literally crawled out the room and started web designing. Yeah,
wait,
we
I
don't
think I
want
might
that.
I might add salt to your name in a minute.
I'll No, I tell you, I'm jaded. I'm not salty. I'm jaded.
Jaded.
'Cause
Oh,
some of the
okay.
nonsense I see out there on websites.
Jaded
Woo,
Brown. Yeah, Charlene Jaded Brown.
yes,
That's right.
Charlene Jada Brown. Because my heart is like, it's like I'm having seizures over here.
Oh wow.
Um,
Seasons.
but we'll get into that on a whole nother episode because I really want to dig in on that. Maybe we could do a special episode about that.
Yeah.
Just to go in on, what is going on when people say they DIYing. Is it because you are cash poor, or are you just not trying to let anybody else in, and you will see your kingdom, you will see your business burn to the ground
Wow.
before
We are
you
going.
invest money in a
We going there
professional.
today, guys. We going there today. Sorry.
We going there today because some people I seen them take a whole torch to their business before they're
Wow.
like, you know what, you're right. I'm doing it wrong. Let me bring somebody else in. And it's never just you need to bring me in. It would be great, but
Hmm.
I know people in different brackets, so it's never about you can't find somebody. You just need to find the right person, and you need to know what you're looking for because that's another thing. That's why I can't wait for
Yeah.
Phyllis because a lot of times people will go on internet, they'll their Instagram together, Facebook, and yet you don't have a game plan. Like, what are you doing? So branding is at the forefront, but of course so is your business plan. If you don't have a plan for your business, then you don't have a plan at all. You're just gonna do the cycle of you're your own employee. You're not planning to grow, you're not planning to bring up in. But that's my salt cake for today.
Yeah, yeah, she is on the jaded. I mean, it's truth is what it is when you look at it. And I was just like, I think we had someone on a couple of episodes ago. I think Aviance was talking about that. Aviance Sturgis was talking about the
Yes,
business plan, and we was talking about how that's not even a formation anymore in people's minds as far as. And I remember I had wrote mine up a long time ago, but I'm gonna tell y'all some free information. You're gonna get it right on Real Talk. LegalZoom, right? They'll do your business plan for you. They will walk you through a plug and play of what your business is, and they cover all businesses, artists, construction, whatever business that you got, teacher, educate. They got templates that they'll walk you through. If you're unsure about it, you think it's just this big hard thing, and if you're
mm-hmm.
really like you don't really want to do it yourself, you got an idea of how you want to really run your business, but you're not particulars with the vernacular and those kind of things. LegalZoom how you there put all that together for you for the low price of $2.99. I mean, sometimes cash strap does mean you are cash strap, but
Yep.
sometimes we have this mentality that I'm an entrepreneur, I'm gonna do this. I know I was in the boat, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm gonna do this, but lo and behold, before I put a torch and arson my business, I got some help, I got smart, I got wise. I said, yo, I can't handle this. It's all about being vulnerability, being vulnerable, you can't accept it. I told people, I'm
Yeah.
teaching you about vulnerability. Here I am trying to do everything on my own. Wrong message. So you
There
have
you
to
go.
sometimes check yourself. That do it yourself. Sometimes it is something you could do yourself. But are you wasting time on the do it yourself when someone could be doing that for you? Like these are the things as entrepreneurs you have to take through your mind and get your stuff on paper, get your stuff together, get your contracts together, get your I can go through it all because I lost money because I didn't have a contract prepared. Yeah, yeah, I ain't no shame in my game. I tell you.
You're not the only one called. I
Yeah,
was up. Many of us with.
yeah. So
Yeah.
those are the kind of things that
Yeah.
you take for granted that you think you know so much, and it's always somebody that know more than you. So you ain't the only head in the game. It's a bunch of them in there. So just to
Yeah.
protect yourself, put that plan together, get that legalization together, get those ideas down. Find someone you can confide in to share those ideas. Someone that will push
Hmm.
you, not coddle you. Someone that will
Yes.
prepare you, not hold you down. See, that's real talk right there.
There you go. Real talk. Real talk. Because and part of that is also knowing when to call it quits. Sometimes you need to
Yeah.
pivot altogether. Maybe whatever you're doing at that moment just isn't
Hmm.
going to work. That's also something that you learn through entrepreneurship. When to pivot. If something's not selling, ditch it and do
Yeah.
something else. Or maybe you need to revamp it altogether. You may need to bring in somebody, a consultant, a business coach, somebody to help you really as what's happening.
Yes, because like my man Martin said, your time and effort is also extremely important, and that's what I'm learning. By I'm spending a lot of time on things that other things are, and they will go lacking. You're not that good, believe me. You're not that good. I just want to break it to you. I don't care how expert you think you are. Some things will go lacking in your business, and there will be those
Mhm.
important things that you thought you could catch up with that will ultimately be the divine. I remember the Bible said, always got to go scripturally. It's the small foxes that tear up the vines. Some little ones. See you up there in the trees and fluffing up the leaves. It's those small foxes down below. They eating up all your roots, and ain't none of your stuff growing. So when you look at it, the business is the same way. When you don't put the right people in place, or you don't give those things and offload them to people who can help you, and you're ultimately just destroying it for yourself. So we didn't get y'all more real talk today, man, than just about all our guests put together. No, I ain't gonna take that credit.
And I must say, I just wanted to say real quick, so y'all know I am working on a course for you
Yes.
DIYers to help get you in alignment, child. Let you know
Oh
from step
wow.
one to Z, step one to three, four, wherever you need. How many steps you need? I'm giving you about four of them at least. So you can at
Mm.
least have a strong foundation. And then if anything, you know how to hire properly. So you're not
Yes.
feeling jaded like some other folks, because it happens too. You have people who just say, hey, I know how to put some colors together, I'm a designer. No, no, no.
Yeah, I had
So
two of them. I had two of them, and I put myself. I was the third one. Thought I was gonna fix it, so I had two people do my website, and I came in and I said, I don't like what they're doing. I'm gonna fix it. And then Charlene saw my website, and she just shook her head and said, "What did you do? What did you do?" So you better get you some people that know what they're doing, because you will look out there.
yeah, and look for
Yeah.
people who are looking out for you, because at the end of the day, your business is your baby. So you need to cultivate your business so it can grow and then soon grow up so it can feed itself. Carl,
Yes.
tell the people what you got working on.
Oh my God, I don't even have the time in the day. No, I'm just kidding.
Pick two, Carl. Pick two. Carl's got 17,000 items working on literally as we speak. I need Carl to pick two today.
Well, my two most important. I am really proud of this show that I got. It's going to be doing it on Mondays. We're not doing it this Monday, of course. It's the holiday, but I got a show that it was really the brainchild of me and a person that I was networking with for over a year, and we had just had a lot of conversations. And she just came to me with this project, and I just thought it was real well. It's authentic leadership. It's authentic leadership 101, and what we're really delving into from her perspective of authentic and my perspective of vulnerability, and mashing those two, we're identifying those kind of leaders and giving you the steps and how to move out of your careers and those kind of places. And we kicked it off last night with the teaser episode, and I mean, it was pretty good. It's not as good as real talk, because we just real with it, but educational wise
Different.
and what
It's
we're
different.
flowing is different, and I'm loving it, because we got a lot of people came up out their shell with some things that were going on in their workplace that they're not so comfortable with, want to know how to maneuver with. And that's what we
Mhm.
got there for. And definitely, we're coming into September. Ooh, and I'm happy about September, because we're going to go to the audio, and we're going to be working with Deanna Jean, and we got what we call the vulnerability series.
I
Yes,
can't
guys,
wait.
we're going to be on Clubhouse, and we're going to be kicking it off Thursday, September the 2nd. And it's going to be every Thursday at 7 p.m.
Yep.
Details will be forthcoming. I'm gonna put that out. And Deanna Jean, if you don't know her, we've had her on the show. She is a firebox of explosiveness. So once we get on Clubhouse, it's gonna take it to another whole level. I'm excited about that. And we're going through that series, and then eventually make that a master class. Oh man, we
Mhm.
got so much saying. Under Charlene's help, we're getting the podcast. She's reinvigorated that for me. So I'm Cross Sean's Daily Word, the podcast. We're redoing some episodes of that and going to digitally remaster. Yeah, I learned that during the pandemic. We're going to digitally
Uh-huh.
remaster. We're going to digitally remaster some episodes that I did on last year. And I'm going into the archives. I'm finishing up with this. I'm going into the archives. Some friends of mine were sending me some stuff that I sent to them almost 2 years ago, and it
Nice.
is still relevant today. And I looked at it, my mind is still going toward that. Not as a stalemate, but looking at how I was thinking 2 years ago to how it's right on point today. So I'm gonna putting those out, repurposing those, and I'm just excited about. Anyway, I'm not even mentioning law school, of course. School's back in session. Yes, it start tomorrow's first day.
Yeah.
Don't give me none. I've already got homework from 4 professors. It's ridiculous. School started September 1st. Why you give me homework already? But that's another thing. That's I
Child,
don't
because
want to.
cause
I don't want to be.
they give you homework because they like, if we shut down again, we don't want to hear no excuses. You got work to do.
They definitely did.
You
God, they
got work
definitely
to
did.
do. And
I
of
got one.
course, we just got we fixing up the website that's
Yes.
coming to you. We're gonna try and get that done before winter, but we want to get it done right. We want to make sure that you can find your information there. You have things that you can keep up with the show, and of course, apply. The URL will change to update for this for the new site, but apply now. We can get you in because who knows? By the time the site goes up, we probably booking for 2022.
Yeah, so we have to get you in Q1. You had to be part of Q1, but that's a good thing. And don't
Always.
think that we're gonna change because we're still gonna keep it real. We are who we are. Look, I had what I had before I met you in my network, and I'm gonna have the same thing. My mindset is always there. I'm forever humble. I'm forever grateful to you, and I appreciate and love you. And when I say that, I don't just say that to be throwing out catchwords. I love my network because I know it's through you guys that I get my inspiration. It's through you guys I get my dedication, and it's through you I want to continue to show the love. So that's it
I
from Carl with
agree.
the big heart. With the big heart.
I agree. In closing it out, I also want to thank my
Yes.
network, you guys. I
Yeah.
see you guys moving in these streets. I hit y'all up. I connect. I do all that. Because as we all know, when you working, you trying to make sure people say you see them like, I see you, girl. I see you, guy. I see you. So I
Yes.
see you all. I see you all doing amazing things. I'm just grateful to have you in my network. Thank you. Thank you. And just thank you for Carl and Charlene of Real Talk.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for
Yeah.
being here. We will see you on Thursday with our next guest, who's going to
Yes.
be amazing.
Ooh,
Carl,
amazing. This lady story. I don't know. It seems like I say that about everybody because that's what we got in our
they
network.
all have
We got
amazing
winners.
stories. Like, what
We
you
got
gonna say?
winners. Yes, we got amazing stories. This lady turned in, and I've seen the growth. Like how some people say you've seen the growth. I've seen where you came from. Man, I talked to this lady the day after she got the pink slip and the pandemic began. And where she's come from now, I could truly say that I am amazed at the turnaround that this lady has made, not only her life and her career and the polishedness of which she is now. Oh man,
Mhm.
it's just amazing. I don't want to tell her story because she's going to tell it Thursday, but I am just happy to have her in. I'm telling you. Stay tuned. Don't touch that
Stay
bat
tuned,
channel.
guys. So come back where real recognizes real. Come back to
Yes.
Real Talk. We are here for you, and we can't wait to see you on the next show.
Deuces.
Peace.